Hey, we're Saints. Father Chris here, Deacon Greg with you. Welcome to our Crucifixion live stream. Glad to have you beautiful people with us. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Come on, say it.
Yeah.
So yesterday,
What did you do last night?
I was just going to tell you.
I know, but I wanted to ask a question that made me feel like I was a part of things.
I watched Field of Dreams.
I love that movie.
I've never seen that movie.
It's a great baseball movie.
It's not a baseball movie.
It's a baseball movie.
Baseball's in it.
No, there's a baseball field of dreams. They're playing baseball on that field. They go to baseball games.
Yeah, but they don't.
Yes, they do.
They go to baseball games to meet Duggar Graham, Archie Graham. Graham crackers. What's the Doc Graham. That's why they went. They didn't even watch the game, right?
Yeah. Ease his pain.
Why are you ruining the movie for me? It was
not you saw it. How's it ruining?
It's not a baseball movie.
It's a baseball movie.
No, it was not. It's not even. It's about heaven. We had that argument earlier.
It's about Iowa.
It's not. They went to heaven. They kept asking, "Is this heaven?"
No, it's Iowa.
Yeah,
I know.
They planted a seed. You know, it's interesting.
They planted seeds.
They
it's
said
a
the
cornfield.
I know what you're thinking. I know what's in your head right now. Isn't that terrible? Why is the camera on me? It should be on you. Okay, let's come back to good things. It's about words. So that's
about words.
What I, for those who haven't seen the movie, it's too bad I'm going to ruin it. But here's the deal. He's out in the cornfield and there's a whisper. If you build it, he will come. Yeah. But the words, interestingly, produce the action. You know what I mean? It was kind of a mystical, encounter where there was a voice out there of Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Who was telling him build this field, right? In the dreams and all that kind of stuff. But that what instigated all of it was the spoken word, the received word, the auditory word that this guy, Ray, what was his name? Mazzilla.
Yeah.
Catella, whatever his name was, Kevin Costner's character, Ray something. What he heard produced an idea, action, thought.
Yeah. They planted a seed in his mind with those words, those whispers, and from there he took some type of requisite action. I personally think this is what goes on in our lives all over the place, right? Like the words that we hear, the things that we see, the way that advertising is designed, the way that everything is out there is there to produce some type of thought in our heads, subliminally or overtly, like it's hitting you in the face with a 2x4, telling you to go do what they want you to do, that you need their product, that you can't live without it. But it got me thinking, words matter, right? Because the words that are being planted in our minds, or that we're planting in our own minds, or that we're thinking through, the way that we think, the way that we look at things determines how we act, determines how we go about things. Like you said, the words produce thought. And they determine how we're getting out there and what we're doing. And like how I approach things is determined by how I think about things.
Yeah.
Or better said, the way that I think about things determines how I approach things.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. So before we get into like that kind of stuff, let's establish the position that words produce thoughts.
Yeah.
And without, belaboring all of the science that's out there. And I used to study when I was in college, I studied all those guys. I forgot what the deconstructionists. I think that's what they're called, like Michel Foucault. There was a guy, de Saussure, I think Ferdinand, something like that. And in those studies, it made me, and I know you're going to talk to us about Mozart in a minute, but like it made me realize that words, terms produce our thought, right? Like in other words, if I say, for example, the word unicorn.
Yeah.
I use this example all the time. Like everyone watching us right now is thinking exactly the same thing, right? Just by saying those 7 letters in combination, it produced in their mind a thought. And they may say, well, there's no such thing as not real. Okay, fine. I mean, if you want to walk outside and find a little white horse with a stick on its head, you're not going to find one. But each and every one of you who's watching or listening to this is now thinking exactly about that thought I put into their head. So words produce thought.
Yeah.
That's my contention.
And it's a good contention because not only does it produce thought, we think in language.
Right.
And language is a system that exists the same way, like you said, I'm going to talk about Mozart. Talk about a spoiler alert, but Mozart's music is a system, and his music has a thought process as a system. So if I'm singing, my background's as a singer, if I'm singing a Mozart aria, I am not going to do in that Mozart aria some of the same like little embellishments that you might see if I was singing something by Rossini, which is a later composer, or Bach, which is an earlier composer, right? Their musical systems have a different kind of thought. That was pretty succinct.
Yeah. No, but it's so,
But it's a thought process,
Yeah.
and we think in language.
Right.
So when words produce thought, those thoughts are then within that language system that has within it what it does. For example, that's where we get colloquialisms, right? So in the United States, we tell people all the time, make a U-turn. But if someone comes from the Middle East and we say to them, make a U-turn, they're going to be confused because in Arabic, there's no letter U.
right.
There's the letter wow, which means they're going to end up right where they're going,
Yeah.
right? Because that's what that letter looks like.
Yeah.
So words produce thought. We think in language. That language determines then what our requisite actions are.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
When you say think in language, since you and I are speaking English, do you mean to say that we think in English?
No.
What do you mean?
I mean that we think in English not as just the English words, but we think in American English, specifically in 2025.
Right.
It is a
Linguistic system.
linguistic system.
So English is a tongue, like Arabic
Yeah.
is a tongue or French is a tongue, but the language in the brain may be influenced and instigated by a specific tongue, whether it be English or French or Spanish or
Yeah.
whatever. But language, as you and I are going to define it for this conversation, we're going to use it as a linguistic system.
And as a linguistic system, it has within it its own way of operating, right? Like if you go see, there was this Woody Allen movie that came out a bunch of years ago that now I can't remember what it was called, but it was based in Italy. And there was this whole scene that was in Italian, but with subtitles.
Mhm.
The subtitles were not funny at all whatsoever. But the Italian was hilarious because in the system, in the linguistic system, the joke didn't land in its English translation. But within the linguistic system of the Italian language, it was hilarious.
Yeah. Translation, that's another whole conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. So your words, I think our first point we've thrown out there is that the words you speak or hear or read or however you receive them, produce thought in your mind. And that thought happens within a particular linguistic system, which does, as you say, it includes things like syntax and grammar and punctuation and, nuance, idiomatic
nuance.
expressions. Yeah, absolutely. All that kind of stuff. You hear that? Idiomata. So it produced, all right. So that's fair to say that our contention, at least for this exploration conversation today, is that words matter because they produce thought, right?
Yes.
So when you say unicorn, you think about it. Whether it's real or not, you're thinking about it. It's in your brain.
Right.
All right. So then,
Hey, Warrior Saints, thank you so much for being with us. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share. It helps us get the word out there. And if you want more, visit us at warriorsaints.org and subscribe to Understanding the Bible. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.